let's peel back the covers and see what we can see for this evening. Alright, so here are our intrepid band of heroes, and here they are semi-surrounded by a bunch of really unpleasant-looking tribal individuals, one of which, for some reason, Spook seemed to think looked like a Mexican wrestler, if I remember last. That dude, I think she thought he looked like a... I guess he kind of does look a little wrestlery. You know, hey, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, man. Alright, so yeah, so the woman with the bow, the female tribal woman, she was the one that said it had been ages since she had tasted human flesh, and they've kind of moved around you to begin to usher you in the direction.
Yeah, I don't think I would have settled on that upon hearing that.
So, yeah. Of course, I mean, you all put down your spears and bows, as she called them.
Right, which would have meant like all our weaponry, right? So not like I had hand axes on my belts. I mean, that's not technically.
Clearly, they really only have spears and bows, so their concept of weapons was spears and bows. Your rifles, swords, axes. If you didn't put those down, they would have made it very clear that those were included in the spears and bows. So
that's what I was making sure. Because okay.
They haven't searched anybody, so if anybody wants to secretly try to stash a weapon, now's the time to tell me.
I ain't secretly stashing anything. So.
Okay. What about you? What about you, Snokes? Nope.
I'll just lay down my flail. How's that? Sorry, guys.
Does he have other weapons?
I don't know.
Don't know what he has.
I'll just lay down my flail. Yeah.
Lay down my flail. That's good.
I don't think he has any. He has something else.
Fists.
Yeah, there you
Fury.
go. All right, so you do relinquish all weaponry. So yeah, you said you might not.
If they, I didn't know.
Like so, I wasn't going to let it get to this point. Honestly, I was upon hearing the human flesh bit and the weapons just being pulled to the side. I was going to start shit right there.
Okay, well, so they took all the weapons. And that's once they took the weapons, it was that's after the fact, and they'd kind of begun to move around you. Is when she
my
turned
impression
and
was
said,
he just
about the
pushed
human
it to
flesh.
the side, and
we
they were
dropped
still
our
surrounded.
weapons.
Yeah, we dropped them, and the guy kind of swept them to the side, but they were still kind of like in a concave around us. I would have been like, okay, no, upon because
one of them came in and swooped up the weapons like he picked them up.
Okay,
but at that point, they were still kind of scattered around you. Like,
So
if you're wanting to have reacted before then, you could.
Yeah, I would have summoned people to fight at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
So, that would be like as soon as she said that, I was just like, no, I was ready to jump in. So.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're going to react. So.
Yeah.
I guess you're kicking things off. So what do you want to do? And then if initiatives are necessary, we'll worry about them then.
That's a good way to put it. I'd basically let out a howl and fall to the ground and summon Nature's Ally 2.
All right, okay.
So
what are you
dire
summoning?
Wolf basically pops up.
What does?
Direwolf, because
you want a direwolf?
I like him. I like him the best. He's got the best look to him.
Hey, he's mean.
Yeah, let me pull
Let me get you a direwolf then. Well, where is my direwolf? There he is.
Get him a puppy, you know?
Yeah, get me a nice-looking puppy dog with spikes. I like the spikes.
And glowing red eyes.
Yeah, those are nice.
All right, so poof, one direwolf, and I will make it to where you can control it. Give me just a second.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty frightening.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. You should be able to control your direwolf.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a nice thing. So yeah, dropping to the ground, letting out a howl, and sticking him on the guy right over. Well, yeah, probably the lady with the bow.
Okay, so you want him to charge at her.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you guys are aware suddenly of him doing this, and poof, out of nowhere, a massive direwolf doth appear and bolt forward to make an attack against the woman with the bow. Alright, with that then, initiatives will be a thing. So you guys get some dice rolling.
Woo.
Alright.
Oh.
Rush.
What the fuck?
Let's start off like we mean to carry on, shall we, Rush?
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
We have one for Jack.
Natural 20!
I do.
Yeah, I'll pull him up too.
Well, nicely done, Spook.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
awesome. Awesome. Needed.
Oh, look
Oh,
at Jash that has to steal someone's
Can
thunder.
I take his 20s if he gets any tonight?
No. Sorry, no.
Please.
Alright, and we'll make an initiative check for our friends, our savage friends. We will be going right there. Alright, okay, so, yep, direwolf appears and bolts forward. Give me an initiative check for your direwolf. I need to know where it's going to go.
Where's his... I'm gonna pull up his stats real quick. Probably should have done that earlier. There he is. My good buddy has initiative +2. Slash R. 1d20 +2. Little wolf buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright,
not bad at all.
okay. Alrighty. Okay, seeing that, does Jash wish to do anything?
Yes.
Tackle the guy with the weapons.
Yes.
Honestly, that's like, I was
Grapple
going to say the exact same thing. Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to try to grapple the guy that has the bundle of weapons.
Uh-huh.
Alright, somebody make a grapple check for Jash then.
Okay.
Where is the guy with the weapons? I think it's
the
this
guy
guy.
on
Right?
It's
Sorry.
that guy right there, yep.
Oh, is that guy?
Oh, he's up there.
Okay.
I don't
No,
know if
no.
he has all of the stuff applied to it or not. +12.
You did a grapple check. That's right.
Yeah, if you use the thing, you did it right.
Wait, which is the guy with the weapons?
The
the guy
guy
up there. I
that
thought it
is
was the guy next
closest
to
to
us,
you
but
to
yeah.
the side. So
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
My
this
fault.
guy here then?
you were at the right place in the first place.
Okay, okay. Thought I saw the ping on it and I got confused.
No, sorry, that was my bad.
Dang it.
All right, okay, so he dives at him. What the guy does is he drops the weapons and kind of grabs Jash and
Yes.
pivots him around to the side. So,
That works.
but all the weapons are now a cluster on the floor. All right, Rush. So yeah, all your weapons are kind of like right here.
I'm casting Mage Armor.
Okay. All right. Physic. So
right.
you acted. You basically did the surprise round last round, so you get
Okay.
to do whatever you want to normally do.
Well, let me take a quick look at all my dudes here. My favorite dudes. Yeah, that wouldn't break it. That'd be cool. That's kind of neat. I'm gonna summon a swarm.
Okay.
Just going full rage on these guys because I'm upset. These guys are human and they're not human. I was really looking forward to humans who were human down here. That's kind of my thing. It's upsetting
what
me.
kind of swarm are you summoning?
I kind of like bats.
Bats.
I kind of like bats. It's either bats, rats, or spiders. I'm partial to bats. Also partial to rats, but bats.
All right. Okay. Well, then this will have to be bats because I don't actually have bats. What's the radius of the swarm? Do you have it?
10 feet.
10 feet. Let's see. Is the 10 feet part not there?
Yeah, I read it up.
Okay.
Basically, I had to read up because it's in the swarm stats, not the.
All right, there's your swarm. What do you want to do with it?
Can I drop it over this guy here?
All right, okay. Summon a swarm
Damn.
on him. All right,
like
the
this.
dire wolf gets to go next.
And it's 9 + 2 rounds because of my concentration score.
Yep.
So direwolf.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he's making his attacks.
What the what?
Jar.
Ash Half, thanks for the resub, buddy. Much love.
Plus
13
11.
months in a row. Let's
you.
go ahead and take your pants off. Hit the height. Thanks for that, Chief.
So this is 2 hit.
All right. Yep. The dire wolf does hit. Leaps forward, fangs are blazing.
And then his damage is 1d8 + 10. That's crazy.
Yeah, they got a lot of strength behind them.
Yeah.
That's what dire is, right? Ooh.
For
Oh,
18, nice.
Yes.
All right, okay. As the wolf, so bearing in mind all of this is pretty much happening very, very quickly. Daleth.
I seen the weapons dropped. I'm gonna run over there, pick up my weapon,
Okay, your rifle.
and if I can fire it within that time, or is picking up the weapon, having moved there. Because otherwise, I pick up all my weapons, and that will be all I do.
Yeah, well, you probably can do that. I doubt you could actually prime it, get it ready, and let loose an aim shot in
Makes
that
sense.
time. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna scramble for all my stuff.
All right. Okay. So here's the funny thing. As this thing descends upon her, she screams and she's like, "Forest creatures are attacking! Defend our friends!" And with that, she obviously she's dropped the bow. She pulls out a short spear and starts to attempt to stab at the beastie.
And our friends.
All right, she's like with the short spear, but having little to no success. What's the effect on your swarm? Let's see.
Okay, so bat swarm hit dice are 3d8, initiative plus 4. Basically, if anything is in it, it deals 1d6 points damage to any creature within it, and then any living creature that begins its turn in a swarm must succeed on a DC 11 Fortitude save or be nauseated for a round.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so make the attack for it. Well, you don't have to make the attack; it's automatic. So roll the damage.
Roll 1d6. Yeah.
All right, so it does a couple of points of damage, and then he needs to make a saving throw. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. You said it's a Fortitude DC.
I think 11. Let me double check. Fortitude 11, or it's nauseated for a round.
And amazingly, he is nauseated for a
Yes.
round.
Wow.
Even though the odds were very slim, apparently he doesn't like guano. So there we go. All
got
right.
it?
With that being
guy.
said, immediately these two charge in to attack this thing. What's the range here? And so is he. So all of them are attacking the dire wolf. They haven't really seemed to contemplate the fact that you guys have done any of this at this point.
Really?
Well, they're simple humans.
So, but what they do know is
Don't
a
underestimate.
huge, big dire wolf has just attacked. So they are going to try to deal with that in the best they can. Let me go ahead and macro that real quick, because that'll be probably rolled a lot. Alright. 1, 2,
Ooh.
and 3. Alright, so 2 of the spears dig deep into the direwolf's flesh.
these guys. Some of them crit.
Actually, that may be a crit.
Oh, the 19.
Yeah, let me double check.
Satch.
Hey, hey,
It's
you
your
say
fault.
things. You know, if you don't say things, then nothing's said, and then it's quiet.
How profound! You say things. If you don't say things,
That's
nothing's
exactly
said.
right.
That's
No,
a great.
you know, if Yogi
always
said it,
say
it'd be on
things.
someone's
The one that-
bar wall, okay?
Right?
I want it on my bar wall.
I'm gonna get it on a pillow.
I love that quote. That's a great quote.
You say things or nothing's said, okay?
It really is.
It's so profound.
All right. Of course, it would be even more profound if stuff. There we go. Stop moving. Alrighty. Yeah, let me double check that. I honestly should have looked, and I didn't. Well. Okay. Nope. But it is ×3 should it crit. So there you go.
Yeah. For
Alright.
2 sets.
Alright, so total damage between the 2 successful spear stabs are...
Going to hurt a lot.
$19.
Okay.
Ugh.
Out of his 45, I'll take a note.
Alright. Okay,
Ouch.
so they both just start leaping around it and stabbing violently. Okay.
Oh no, the dire wolf is dying.
Oh no.
Try it.
Ah.
Alright, so the one that Jash kind of grappled with, he pulls out from his belt what looks like a very crude kind of bone dagger and attempts to stab Jash with it.
Oh shit.
I think it's
That's
18.
probably gonna hit.
That's probably gonna hit.
Uh,
That's probably
Is it gonna crit though?
And it is going to hit, yeah.
oh
crit.
no, Josh. Okay.
We're gonna lose Josh. Woo!
I doubt you're going to lose him.
Yeah, it's a dagger.
I don't
D4,
think I'll lose
right?
to a dagger.
What is it? E3 plus.
Oh, is it
strength
really?
Plus
plus
D4.
strength.
D4 is a dagger. D4 plus.
But it's
yeah.
a crude bone dagger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
So
Oh.
he takes 10 from the dagger, from
Okay.
the thrusting power of the stabby dagger,
Hey.
No, not the stabby dagger.
as opposed to the
dead.
slicey dagger. All right, Marigold. Seeing all this kick off, what do you
Yeah.
want to do?
I want to join in the fun of summoning things because it's working out so well.
Okay.
Redeem
Um,
the Beatles, man.
I wiggle my fingers, and back here, right here, a monstrous centipede
yeah.
shows up.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love those.
I don't know if you have a centipede gore, but
I've always wanted a pet centipede.
it's a
that I could
large, monstrous centipede.
I have centipedes, but they're not particularly good ones, so it'll do.
Let me roll initiative. I believe it can attack immediately anyway, but yeah, I'll go ahead and
There.
attack. Let's see. +3. Let's see what they got. What should we name this guy? Let's name him Legs. Okay. Oh shit. Well, that's
he's
what
not
that
doing
was.
much with that, that's for sure.
Alright, I'm gonna roll his initiative.
Okay.
7.
Aw.
And I will proceed to run towards the weapons myself.
Okay.
For having that many legs, he sure is slow.
It's 'cause
That's
he's so,
ugly ass
so low to the
centipede,
ground.
too.
You see, it's all
Oh,
that
that's
crawling
gross.
around he's got to do.
I love how it's a monstrous centipede that is small category, right? It's like monstrous scully.
No, is
throws
it
me
actually
off.
size small?
It's size large.
Oh, it's like large, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say.
You're thinking of level 1 monstrous centipede. We're talking level 2 monstrous centipede.
Right.
My fault.
All right. Okay. So
Get out of here. with you.
now they've started to put 2 and 2 together. The woman is screaming loudly, "I was joking! We do not eat people!"
Oh shoot!
And Jash, what do you want to do? Or what is Jash going to do?
Oh my god. Probably try to get this guy in a headlock. Now he's probably a little bit uncertain. I don't know.
I get the sense that grapple would still be attempted, right? I mean, it's like because he doesn't have a weapon, so
Okay, give him a grapple check then.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I'll do that. 21.
Nope,
Oh my god.
he fails
Alright.
miserably. Yeah, I mean, these are big, brutish, kind of barbarian-y looking guys. I mean, they're pretty robust, so this guy's every bit as big and muscly as Jash is, except he's probably used to fighting more with his bare hands and grappling and wrestling than Jash is, so he's pretty good at what he does. All right, Rush. So you have mage armor on.
We're dashing to guy that can't seem to be grappled over here.
Okay. So you rush over there to help Jash in the throes of wrestling. All right. So you need a ranged touch attack. And that will succeed, so you can deliver 5d6 points of electrical damage to that guy. For 19, not a bad hit. Okay. Right, he shudders and jolts as the electrical or magical electrical voltage floods through his body. And Physic.
Can I make out how honest that cry of "I was joking, we don't actually eat people" was?
I would say probably with this muffled cries as she's trying to hold the wolf's jaws from her throat, it would be incredibly difficult to ascertain what actual sincerity's behind that, because it was kind of very broken and very strained and very panicky.
Okay.
So it's really a judgment call.
What if he rolls a 20?
Great plan. Roll a 20. Yeah, no. Then I'm just going to basically. I'm going to take Ned with me, and we're going to hide behind this tree.
Dang it.
Alrighty.
Well, Swarm and Wolf Boy work things out with them because.
Alright, so you're just going to tuck in behind that tree right there.
With Ned.
They can barely see you. I'm gonna move you to here, but it's acknowledged that you're tucked in behind
Okay.
the tree.
Okay. I wanted to bring Ned with me there so that he's like not
Alright, you're direwolf.
standing out there.
I mean, it's going to do what it's doing unless you specifically dictate it not to.
And I'm not going to dictate it not to, because that's a pretty bad case you're
Okay,
going
go for
to
it.
make after, I don't know, putting us
that's a
in
hit.
a pretty crummy situation.
I'm saying, do you know where we are? That's not the kind of joke.
Yeah,
you
that's
make.
not kind of a joke. that's not a joke here. I'm sorry. Bad first impressions. Yeah.
Alright, so the wolf slaps down for another 14. Okie dokie. We are up to Daleth.
Well,
There's a trip
Oh,
thing a
actually,
direwolf can do?
you've got your swarm as well. I forgot to get that guy to move last turn. He should have moved, but I didn't.
Yeah,
so
it
too
would
bad.
chase him, so.
Yeah. And well, he couldn't. He was vomiting anyway. That's right.
Yeah.
So roll another d6 for him.
Yep.
As he is being bitten by small flying rodents. Another
For 2.
All right.
I'm throwing up.
All right. And he has to make another save. All right.
Yeah, he's okay.
He has managed to secure his lunch, and now he is just swatting more violently with the tip of his spear, slashing at the bats as they swarm around him. and he is going to be running from those on his turn. All right, Daleth, sorry, what do you want to do, bud?
I'm gonna run over here, throwing physic like this. What the fuck are we doing? Look, I'm gonna hold up my weapon, and I'm gonna say, if you mean what you said and you were joking, lower all your weapons and get on the ground, face down.
All right,
And I'm gonna hold up my gun, but not fire.
Under the circumstances, you've got a group of them that are being attacked by a giant wolf. One of them is swarmed. Whether they would or wouldn't, they're not. Because they would not have any faith that these animals in any way, shape, or form would back down. So they're not going to respond to that. So do you want to do anything?
I figured as much, but I'm not going to do anything.
Okay.
I mean, if these guys are being insincere, I'll let them get a little weakened up first. But I'm not going to actively progress their deaths.
All right. Okay.
I'm unsure now.
There we go. All right. Well, we are going to attack. The 4 of them are attacking the direwolf. And they will all have, actually, it's plus 10, because they've all got flanking, because they're surrounding it.
These are good
rolls.
hits. Those are some
Damn.
good hits.
That's all of them. So
Ow.
it's 4,
In brevity, he's dead.
4 hits.
I mean, he lasted.
It's already down 19 out of 45. So
Yeah,
he's
All right,
dead.
so basically, in true hunter fashion, they all just lunge in and start stabbing like fury fire with their spears. Very, very well angled, low aimed blows going down into the soft part of the wolf, like they know not to try to go from the top where all the armored plating and horns are. And in no time at all, your direwolf is dispatched. Imagine their supplies when it's no longer there. They're kind of in shock horror, like, huh? What is this magic? What is this witchcraft?
Good thing I'm hiding behind the tree.
Okay, this one is gonna try, under the circumstances, he is gonna try once again to put the knife into Daleth. To Jash, sorry. This time he is not gonna succeed. This one, who is underneath the swarm, is going to dash his full movement.
He's out.
As fast as his little tribal legs will carry him. Okay. Marigold, you're up.
Can I grab my weapon from the ground?
You can, that's an action.
Alright. And I'm just gonna come up around here. Hearing that, I'm not gonna attack him. But now that the wolf is dead, I'll say again, now put down your weapons, and we can talk.
Alright, Centipede.
I'm gonna
Just
tell
call
the
it off.
centipede to hold its action unless if one attacks.
So in
To
other words,
strike.
if they attack it, it's going to retaliate.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, what about Jash, who is still struggling on the ground, or struggling around with this guy in Gridlock.
Let's try to grapple him again. I don't understand. Why he's
I feel like that's what he'll do, yeah.
Okay.
he's gonna keep grappling because he's failed so much. And I can't mess it up. Okay. Come on. Yes.
Hey!
Alright, okay, so
Headlock.
finally he does manage to kind of get the throws on this guy and get him to the ground. So he's at this point he's got him under control, so the guy won't get to stab him.
I also think he would say, Ned, give me my flail, you know, like, arm me, little boy.
Oh, speaking
I
of
don't
which,
think he
yeah,
cares.
Ned in all of this,
Honestly.
Ned has run and is hiding behind this tree down
I
here.
thought I had him, with me. Okay.
No, as soon as all the fighting started,
Okay.
you all started doing stuff, he just went into
Fled
panic
out.
mode. So he is just like fled and hid from a tree far enough away from all the throes of combat that he feels
Okay.
safe. Little boy mode kicks in over short dude can possibly protect me syndrome. Alright, so Rush, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna scoop up my gnome hammer and
Okay.
my pistol,
Alright,
and then I'm gonna make a move behind this guy.
alright, okay. Let's see. Physic.
Yeah, I don't have to call off the wolf. Swarm
No,
can
it's
just...
pretty much gone.
Yeah, the swarm isn't really going to be much help anymore, so that's whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to hold an action ready to maybe drop lightning in case things get sour again, but it looks like we're in a better diplomatic situation here.
Okay.
Diplomatic.
Alright, Daleth.
Dude, I am gonna repeat my instructions this time without the direwolf. Hold my action in case they charge Marigold and myself or the rest of us with my rifle.
Alright, okay. So the tribe, this guy is going to continue to run. Both. So this one is she picks up her bow, turns, and knocks an arrow. This one is going to just kind of shuffle forward to about here with his spear pointed with an aggressive look in Marigold's direction. These two are going to stab the massive centipede that is right behind them.
Well, I think the centipede would attack, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Justice for the centipede!
Alright, so you can make an attack roll for your centipede as well. One of them will hit it. And
No,
do-
no justice for the centipede.
Oh, it's not dead.
9 points of damage to the centipede. Alright, centipede does not succeed. Alright.
It rhymes.
Centipede does not succeed. Haha. Alright, okay. And this one is still. Because he is locked in the mortal coils of combat in a life and death struggle. He's really not able or bothering to pay any attention to what's going on. He is going to try to grapple out from underneath Jash. Jash needs to do an opposed grapple check. But nope, but Jash has got a firm grip on this guy.
I can just imagine Jash saying, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep."
Alright, okay, she's screaming back at you. No! You put down your spears and bows!
What?
We are
You're
not
the one
gonna.
that said you were
You
gonna
do not
eat
realize
us.
the
Oh.
forest is attacking! These beasts of this forest are savage. They have seen an opportunity to hunt us and kill us all. We must work together to destroy these creatures.
And not eat each other.
Alright, Jash.
Doesn't even acknowledge it.
Oh, you have like a little pipsqueak voice when
Yeah.
you say
Well,
that.
it's also, it's also very short. I mean, all this happens in 6 seconds, so there's not like huge lengthy pauses while people figure out if they're stabbing or hitting. And
All right, I know what I'm gonna do on my turn.
alright, so I need to know what Jash is going to do. Is he still?
Would Jash be able to like bring him over to the thing and like,
He's not helpless. I mean, if Jash gives up at all, he's gonna. I mean, this guy is every bit as big, if not bigger, and is trying like hell to break a hand free to knife Jash. So he has to maintain that grapple every round.
then he probably has to just maintain that grapple. I mean, that's what he's doing.
Alrighty,
Thing.
Nah.
then go ahead. Roll for Jash. There's,
Got him.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah. Could have been better. Could have been not as better. Oh,
Nope, it's good
Oh.
enough. Good enough. All right, Rush.
I'm taking out the gnome hammer and I'm going for the guy's knee.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna belt the guy. Go for it.
Shit, I don't have it macroed.
Bend
Okay,
the
no
knee.
problem. Oh, no, it's not +2, it's -1. Oh, but there's flanking.
Yep. Flanking does apply.
+1.
So... yep, you give him a good tidy belt with your hammer.
Check his reflexes.
And they're good. Be on your way now.
So it's the damage roll minus my penalty for my strength, right?
Yeah.
Plus base attack bonus.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, plus base attack bonus? No.
No, that's not.
No, that's to the
That's to
the
hit,
attack.
not for
That was
damage.
the attack
Okay.
damage. Sorry about that.
What did I lose? I've got the world's smallest pencil here, and I keep losing it.
Why do you got the world's smallest pencil?
I don't know. Because it was the one that was sitting here that I had accessibility to. It
So
literally
yeah, I
has
went for his
vanished.
kneecap. I'm trying to...
Oh my god.
You gonna bust his kneecaps?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
D&D, it doesn't work
You're
that way.
Tonya Harding him. Yeah. Good.
He's not, I mean, you got to realize he is rolling around on the floor, and he's not just laying there to be belted, so...
Well, damn it.
Where the hell is
Cold
it?
shot.
There it is.
That has minuses.
That
to
has like
hit.
a -4 to hit if you try that, but even then, it's still not going to make an effect. Unless you've got an item that specifically allows you to have special effects like that, it counts as a hit.
Gotcha.
All
My
righty.
hobbling tool.
So,
The Gnomish hobbling device.
I'm a hobbler.
the 5.
I like
All
that.
right.
I want to be a hobbler.
Where are we at?
Sounds like a
Alright,
cobbler.
Physic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still holding action at this point, just trying to call it like eating people is no joke. you don't joke about that, but when everything else is guys, I'm gonna ramble if we do this.
They drew first blood. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm
So,
still
Colton, thanks for the resub. 31
draw
months
first
in a
blood?
row. Take your pants
I don't
off.
know.
No, they did not.
They made first threat.
Yeah, they basically told you to lower your weapons and was going to march you off to the village.
But
And
Ben
then
made a
as soon
joke
as
about
somebody
eating
said
us.
something about eating people, everyone thought, no! We're not having that.
I'll be eaten tonight.
Alright. Daleth.
So the last thing the lady said was that we need to band together because the forest creatures are attacking.
Yes.
So Dalit, and then Physic's rambling in his little tiny voice over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I am going to say, forest bad, people good, people eating people not good, stop. And then I'm going to use my action, I'm going to shoot the centipede.
Okay.
With a giant, explosive, powerful shot.
Alright, go for it.
Got 4 HP left. AC is 14.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Ah, yeah, you, so,
centipede
yeah,
legs
you
going
you
everywhere.
blow the centipede's
Legs!
brain
And then
apart.
I have to channel my inner Ash versus Evil Dead. I'm going to say, boomstick! Sit down.
Alright,
Oh my God.
Intimidation, I guess? Like boomstick, you know,
Yeah,
get the
that's-
fuck on the ground.
alright, okay, give me an intimidation check. It's not you're particularly scary, but that's a little bit of a shocker to them.
Unfortunately, my intimidation
The
is
fact
really
that you
bad.
guys summoned the creatures escaped them. The fact that the end of your stick just blew this thing apart did not.
I mean, there's like hundreds of legs falling all over them now, raining from the sky. They're still kind of like squirming around, so
Alright, yeah, so you definitely got their attention. They
I'm gonna
all
keep
kind
playing.
of stop and just for a moment kind of semi-lower their weapons in shock, and then like as they seem to come to their senses, they're like almost
I'm
now a
gonna
little
hold
now
up my
instead of like aggressive, angry, we're gonna kill you looks, now they're a little bit more kind of scared and dubious looks. Like they're still brave hunters, they're still not terrified of you, but they clearly didn't understand and like what just happened, that's for sure.
So I'm gonna hold up my now empty gun like it's still loaded.
Okay.
And just point it at them like threateningly.
All right. This one does take a few steps back, and falls back in line with the rest of his people, almost like somehow he thinks that might protect him. You know, it's simple pack logic. Well, if someone's going to get blown up, I don't want to be the closest guy, so I'll be here with all my friends.
I'll just be in the back, stabbing my foot, with the sword. All right.
This one, of course, is still going to try to out-grapple because it's chaos down there. Though, I mean, right there, they're rolling around in the mud and the blood and the beer, so...
Oh, shoot.
He's out. There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, yep. So he does manage to slip out to the side. And upon doing so, he sticks the knife in again.
Oh.
And gives Jash another good knack for 8 points of damage.
That strength roll is crazy.
That's not just strength. Don't forget,
Must
there are
focus and stuff.
there are
for
yeah.
fighters. Yeah. No, I get it.
They may not have many weapons, but they're obviously hunters, so they have some talents with those weapons. And yeah, clearly there's a lot of strength behind them as well. All right, Marigold.
All right. No, that's stupid. Okay. I'm gonna walk up just a couple feet. And I'm very large, so I'm going to stand up super straight and I'm gonna say, "We said drop your weapons!" And I'm gonna hold up my sword. What do I have? Yeah.
In
really
like a
high.
threatening fashion?
Yeah,
Okay.
like intimidating. I guess
all
I'll
right,
roll for
the one with-
intimidation.
You're not gonna... no, there's not gonna be an intimidation roll for that.
No?
No.
Alright, that's all I do.
So this one just takes a couple of steps backwards. These two kind of move in a little bit more. So they kind of just, you see them kind of like just shuffle.
Okay.
And with that, she cuts her eyes across at Daleth and his boomstick, like she's having to process this. And then, once again, she reaffirms to you, no, you drop your spears and bows.
Meanwhile,
Alright.
Chaz is getting fucking butchered. I love it.
Yeah, Jash is like, some help over here, please!
I got you, boo.
Alright, so yeah, speaking of, Jash.
I feel like at this point, Jash would disengage and step to the side and just kind of like gesture, like, go to your people. Like,
Okay, so Jash is gonna like pull away from him.
I feel like that would be
Yeah.
reasonable
Okay.
at this point.
So he scuffles up to the side. Seeing that rush, what do you want to do?
Look confused.
Okay.
Are you serious? He stabbed you.
Physic?
I'm still holding, ready to zap.
Alright. Daleth?
This is a stalemate.
And say, you go your way, we go ours, we avoid your village. I'll have my gun poised at her. Pointing
Okay.
at her specifically, yeah.
Alright. So upon doing it, this one, he looks initially like he scrabbles to his feet and is about to lunge at Daleth, but the woman screams, "Stop!" And he kind of like pauses with a grimace on his face and then glances across at her with an angry look. And she says, "Come here, come to us." At which point he kind of like circles around with his knife pointing at Daleth.
You mean Jash?
Jash,
Yeah.
and then eventually gets back over here with his friends. All right. So after that, she looks at Daleth and says, "This is agreed.
Nice.
We will go back to where we came from. You do the same." If we find you here again, we kill you.
Shit.
What
We're
if we bring
heading.
lunch.
We're heading east. Flying crash.
They can speak common.
They don't know what a dirigible is.
You
Miracle.
can speak in full sentences, though.
I'm trying to be quick and to the points.
Right, they all seem to like huddle together, and you hear her. You can kind of see her like muttering, like talking to them all quietly.
Very slowly, I'm gonna start reloading my gun. But I'm gonna get behind Marigold, so I'm not like super in view.
Okay.
And I'm gonna begin my reload process. Like
said-
so, I
Right, after doing that, they kind of like usher out just a little bit, once again. He says, "You must take a wide berth. If you go that way, you will die."
is she pointing east?
Yeah, behind her.
Okay.
If she really
How
probably
wide?
doesn't know what east, north, and west is, but you pointed in that direction, and so she is also pointing in that direction behind her.
Okay.
How wide is your territory?
As far as can be traveled in 3 days and 3 moons.
We don't have that kind of time. We need to go straight.
Then go straight, and you will all die.
You know, there is another option. I'm not gonna say that loud enough for them to hear us. Hear me?
What, Rush?
Well,
Is-
we take them out now.
This isn't all of them.
No, but that's right. One got away. Shit.
Well, they also have a
Have a-
tribe.
Yeah.
I don't see the rest of the tribe here yet.
So, kind of bloodthirsty of you, Rush.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not here to kill more people.
I'm not here to die either.
Yeah, so we don't go right to their tribe. We go around it like they suggested. As to avoid further
Well, they are
conflict.
kind of clearly slowly moving backwards in like a tactical retreat away from you.
I'm gonna approach Marigold and I'm gonna shout, "Have you found others like us?" And then quietly I'm gonna say, "And did you eat them?" You give Marigold a little nudge, just like, no. Maybe they ate Cecilia, Marigold.
They didn't. I mean, they're obviously close enough to hear, but they didn't seem interested in answering.
If you have other prisoners, we will kill you.
Oh my gosh.
Shout this as well.
Alright, almost in defiance, the others continue to step backwards. She kind of stops right by the tree, draws her bow like full extent out in a threatening fashion, and she says, "You are welcome to come and try. We know these forests like the back of our hand. Our tribe is many. You are few. We are all excellent hunters. You make noise like
Boomstick,
wildebeest.
bitch.
We will find you and kill you."
I'm gonna say boomstick, bitch. I am gonna say that. I'm gonna shout it. And then also back behind Marigold a little bit.
She yells, "One boomstick will not stop hundreds."
Hundreds.
I really like these guys.
Yeah,
Not gonna
they're cool.
lie.
All right, they continue to move.
I'm gonna start
backwards.
sarcastically after Marigold says hundreds. I'm gonna be like, she probably can't count.
You're
Show me
probably
on
right.
your hands how many hundred
Right.
how many hundreds.
She probably didn't even go to grade school. Okay.
Yeah, she probably didn't even hang out with a tribal elder for a moon. All right, so they continue to disappear. Once there's this sort of distance, then they all kind of turn and rush off in the easterly direction away from where you are.
Well, shit.
Turn it over to Ned.
But hey, none of you are dead, so that's a good
Nobody
thing.
got eaten. If it
We
wasn't-
have to add 3 days to our travel.
Yep.
All right. Ned is noticeably kind of shocked and shaken by the whole experience. Like all the combats that
Really?
you've been in
This one?
before with Ned, he's really been too young to understand and contemplate. It seems now, however, he has discovered a new emotion. It's called fear.
Oh.
Welcome to fear.
You are.
Okay, so the tribesfolk have gone away. Yes, they are working on 2nd edition Pathfinder. That kind of scares me a little bit.
Me too.
Call
but
of Cthulhu, Cyclops. I'm guessing you're
I
meaning.
like how it is now.
Right.
Change is bad.
Yeah, we don't like change.
Oh, I think the website's back up.
Is it? I wonder what happened.
It may have
It
just
worked.
literally been that. It may have actually just been...
I think the server was just down for
Yeah.
a second. Yeah, it works. It works now, so you can go vote.
Alright, so
now.
yeah, go and check that out now. Open up a separate
it-
window and do that.
There were 7 votes before it went kaput. Maybe it was like, we cannot handle 10 people looking at this website at once.
I think it should do better than that. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, yep, so they have retreated and gone eastward. So yeah, what do you want to do? Oh, that's it. Last thing that was going on was Fezzik had made his way over to young Ned, who was noticeably scared and frightened and shaking.
I'm just gonna. Hey, bud, you doing all right?
Those people were going to hurt us.
Yeah, they wanted to, but we're safe now.
And the huge wolf come out of nowhere and attacked them.
No, that's me. That's just it's a trick I have to scare people off.
It's a pet.
It's where is it? And he starts looking around.
It's all
the
around in
ether.
the air. The ether. Oh no, we're introducing the ether to him.
Here, eat this Tide Pod. No.
Cross your eyes. It's been around 3 times.
Okay. He says,
Yeah.
Is that? But I can't see it. Is it hiding?
In a way, yes. I'll explain it more to you tomorrow.
When you're considerably older.
But point being, there are a great many mysteries in this world that can all be discovered in some ways, and sometimes those discoveries are scary, like a bunch of people who say that they're going to eat you, then tell you that they're joking. And that's not something I'm willing to believe with your safety on the line, Ned. That's not something I'm willing to believe. So there's some things out there that are awesome and great and marvelous and truly, truly incredible to behold, and there are things that are scary and dark, and somewhere in the middle of it, we just happen to walk.
So there are other bad things that are going to try and eat us.
Yes, but there are also really cool flowers. There are really interesting things that you can actually eat. You wouldn't believe it.
I like the trees and the mushrooms and the grass and the plants.
Oh, this
Me too.
boy.
Me too. Tell you what, next time you see an interesting plant, why don't you just go ahead and point it out to me, and I'll let you know something about it if I can, okay?
He lost it.
Okay.
Just keep your eyes out, okay?
Look at him.
I'm sorry, just the idea of like
Second just
there
can't
are
even.
dangerous orcs and humans and jokes and darkness, but there's also a flower and
But that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it.
This just doesn't do it for me, but that's good.
Hey,
It does it for a
does it for a
5-year-old.
It
yeah?
does it for a 5-year-old, and that's all he's
You're
trying to
not a
achieve
5-year-old.
right here. I'm totally with you, Physic.
There are dangerous cannibals. Have a salad. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that was pretty funny right there.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh god.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
You
a
got
definite
orcs in
shiggle.
my salad.
Shagit.exe has stopped working.
Sure, Shagit's not a 5-year-old.
I love you, Physic. I do.
okay.
That's too good.
After calming young Ned down to some degree in a disturbing way, what do you want to do?
We should probably move in case they bring out a party again to find us.
Yes. Let's head southeast a little bit.
Yeah, let's move kind of around in a radius. Maybe a little extra south before we move east, yeah?
Alright.
Right.
And I'm gonna try and get everyone. Can everyone just come here really quick? I got a thing to drop on us just to keep us safe in this case.
I think Jash needs some heals. He took some dagger
Yeah.
hits, right?
So
I got stabbed a few times, I did.
That's pretty good.
Jessamy, thanks for the resub, my dear. 30 months. Take your pants off, hit the height. Much love, thank you for that.
He's only down 10.
Should be more than that.
would be-
Got critted, man.
A light heal.
Well, he took 10 from the second stab. He took a crit before that for like 18.
He did?
He did.
Oh shoot. What was that? Okay, I'll do a
Yeah, he's down like about 28-ish. 28-ish. Alright, so you healed him for 19 points. By the good graces of Triferion.
It helps.
Please
So I
keep it
also want
18.
Ned over here because I'm gonna drop trackless step on everybody. Or
Okay.
pass with grace rather.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Basically, cat.
Alright. Yep.
Nice.
So that basically we just
Basically,
can't be-
you've got 5 hours of which they won't be able to physically follow your tracks.
So you still want to go into their territory, just southeast-ish, right?
Well, because we're in their territory now, they said a wide berth from here would be basically doing that. But if we go south a bit of a ways before going back east, we won't really be in their territory as much. The odds of seeing them would be quite low. It's not like they have a.
Know that?
they don't
How do
have
we
a
know
fact-
that the main territory isn't south of here, east?
Well, when they retreated, they went straight east, and every time they referred to not going somewhere, they mentioned that way. I'm pointing east for anyone, I'm sure.
You're probably Physic. You're probably right. I mean, she didn't point any other direction except east, straight east. So
If there are hundreds of them, don't you think there'd be groups all around, spread out?
Yeah, which is why we're heading south first, then southeast,
Okay,
and then
okay.
east around it. So if you think
That's
about it
fine.
like it's this area here, and we're here, we want to kind of,
It's the best we can do.
works for me.
Alright. So approximately how many days southwards do you want to travel?
probably one, and then southeast for one, and then east for the next forever.
Okay. Alright. Okie dokie. So you start heading directly south then.
Mhm.
Alright. Well, you've been traveling about probably maybe 2 hours.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh,
And somewhere in the distance, you can hear the fast beating of what sounds like tribal drums.
Oh shit.
south where we're going, or east where we're not?
Kind of northeast of where you are, but considerably more east than north.
Okay. What if those are like war drums and they got the war band and they're chasing us
Well, they can't find us
for a little bit?
for quite some time.
Well, let's pick up the pace.
Yeah,
and
pick up the pace.
Let's move on. Dashing.
Yeah, we're not loitering around anymore. We're hauling ass.
Yeah, we've...
All right. So you guys are going to start moving southwards quickly.
Yes.
Chase music, I love it.
Alrighty. Okay.
Get the broomstick.
Right. Well, you carry on traveling. You pick up your pace and continue to travel. After about 15 minutes, the tribal drums noticeably stop. They stopped, abruptly and by themselves. It wasn't like you just got out of earshot of them. All right, but yeah. So
Do you
you
think
begin
that was a
to
sacrifice?
continue to move southwards.
Well,
Ah!
I didn't actually think about that, Marigold.
Some kind of
Maybe they ate someone.
ritual. Yeah. Did you think it was Cece?
I'm just
We
gonna
need to go
cover.
look.
I'm gonna
We need to
cover
go
Ned's
look.
ears and just look at everybody. He's past that age where he's going to ignore us.
I have to know.
I don't think it's safe to investigate the possible cannibal ritual, Marigold.
But what if it's Cece? We're getting close.
It's,
Well, no, we're walking away from it. It's to the northeast. We're going south.
I think we're making a few conjectures based on a little bit of a bias. See, the odds of that being the drums to a ritual which ends automatically with a human sacrifice, and then that human automatically being Lady Cecilia. The odds of
That
that.
has to be it.
No. I'm saying the opposite of that.
Hey, it's just
Maybe the lady that got attacked a few times was weak, and they decided to kill her because she was weak and she backed away from us.
That's
Or
just
the one who ran off.
animalistic.
I don't know.
You really think they do that?
There's the one who ran away. I don't know.
Yeah, let's keep going south.
Let's just keep walking. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
If I hear it again, going back.
If I hear it again, I'm walking faster.
See, this is D&D, so it's Pratchettarian logic. The chances of it actually being a thing are 1,000,000 to 1. But wizards have calculated
Yeah.
that 1,000,000 to 1 chances happen 9 times out of 10.
I'm more inclined to believe it was a war drum and they rallied their tribe and are trying to hunt us down.
Yeah,
But-
that sounds more realistic.
It could be a feast.
Or maybe
I'm
they
gonna-
just do that every night for fun. Who cares? Let's go.
Maybe they're just playing music. Drum circle.
They're into drum and bass.
Maybe they have a mumble rap band or
It's an
something. Let's go.
EDM festival.
Yeah, that's it. They're into EDM.
We'll just have to go see the festival next year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the
I
same
think
as-
Avicii's probably
not
playing
the same
live in
as
their
the-
tribe. Alrighty.
Oh
Okay.
man, they had the tribe called West.
Oh, shut up.
So actually, Gore, I have a question. So
Uh-huh.
you said it was 2 hours until we started to hear the drums.
Yes.
So they left. 2 hours of walking, if they were walking, and it is to the northeast. We can extrapolate, Physic, because you're good at math, how far away the tribe was, where the drums could be, to where they fought us. You
We'd
know?
have to know how loud the drums were.
Well, we could hear them.
Oh my god, we're not stopping to do
That's not gonna give me the.
No,
That's not
we'll-
gonna give me the.
Well,
We'll do math while we
trigonometry.
walk.
Yeah, that's not gonna. That's not gonna be. That's not gonna give you the. Us being able to hear them. We don't know the exact location, so we don't know the distance, and we need the actual amplitude of the sound in order to know. And actually,
Oh my God, I
measure
wish
that out.
they'd
We
eat
don't
me.
have that. So it can't really be done based on the factors that we have. If we had one more factor, maybe, but we don't. Don't
In
have
simple logic, they're clearly not that far away, but they're not right around the corner.
that. We obviously got close.
This is all. This is the conversation I'm having with Physic.
Josh is
While we
probably
walk.
so annoyed right now.
This is all just stupid. Let's just hurry up and get out of here.
How about we eat them?
Well, we don't we're walking.
I saw a recent poll that gnomes are the most hated race. I'm starting to figure out why.
Right.
Yeah, we're continuing going, Gore.
Okay. So you've pointed out that you're going to be traveling at a fairly quick pace.
Southwards, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Okie dokie. Well, you travel for easily the rest of the day until it begins to get dark. Just like always, travel through this place is not quick or easy. I mean, it's, lots of vines, lots of brush to cut down at different periods and stuff like that. So it's never, easy going. And fortunately, you do have plenty of charred ape meat to chow down on. blood ape food.
Yeah.
So, do you guys wish... At what point do you guys want to try to stop and rest, and how do you want to handle that stop and that rest? You probably got to carry on for about another good, 7 or 8 hours before it gets to that pitch blackness. To where nobody human can see where the hell they're going.
Are we going to sleep in the trees tonight, or what? No.
Maybe I think yes. That'd probably be our
Trees
best
are
bet.
always a safe bet.
I've
It's
never been
uncomfortable.
ambushed by a dire boar in a tree.
Oh, come on.
Okay. And we're not going to light a fire tonight, right?
You know what
No,
can
no
climb
fire.
trees?
No fire.
Giant red apes. I'm
You know
gonna
what we're
shudder
eating
because
you know
my
what we're
arms
eating
were
tonight.
destroyed by those. Ah, it's so gross, but it's all we have.
Giant red apes.
Did you say grapes?
Yes, giant red grapes. They're up in that tree.
Come on, let's go to this tree and...
grapes in those trees?
Oh god, the yellow mushroom's back.
He was lying, Ned.
Just Ned, you don't even know what grapes are.
So no fire tonight. Go up in a tree.
Okay, so
Tomorrow.
right, so you don't want to light any fires. You just want to scramble up into a tree or a plethora of trees to rest.
Yes.
I climb this tree.
Okay.
I'll work out this one.
I mean, I will share my tree with you. For a price. No, you can share my tree. I don't mind.
And then for the sake of balancing,
Yeah, Marigold can share my tree.
Yeah, I'll go up here with
Rush
Dallas.
gets out a dagger and carves into the thing. Rush's tree.
The tree gets mad. Oh.
Alrighty.
And I'll probably bring that up and show him how to tie himself down. And
Well, I imagine if we've been traveling for a couple,
yeah,
like a week and a half or whatever.
you've probably done this.
We've done this, since then.
Yeah, you've probably figured out how to clamber yourselves up into the accessible branches.
Jash, I think, would sit on a stump. No, he'd go in his own tree.
You just go.
I have a feeling Jash would do this. So
Yeah, so you could watch.
Alrighty. Okay, well.
We're leaving Ned down there.
Yep.
no,
Which tree's Ned going in?
Probably with physics.
Alright, there you go. Okie
For
dokie.
tree balance here.
Well,
we
you
have to
rest
split
off, and for chat that would have just seen that roll, I forgot to write what it was for, but most of you know what the percentage chances for a random encounter is, or anything like that. For what I had in mind, I set it considerably lower, to 25%. So, whatever that might happen to be may give you some indication as to what may or may not happen. Alrighty. So, yep, you hanker down for the night. Is anybody doing any kind of watch? Any kind of,
I think we would, considering we were afraid of being eaten.
And
I think
of course, drum noises.
I think Jash would initially.
Okay. Josh can do that. Josh does that. We'll do that.
Uh-oh.
One second,
no.
I'm answering.
Don't like this.
He's planning something.
We'll just roleplay sleeping.
We used to do that on How We Roll. We used to actually like roleplay being asleep.
Which was great for 3 hours. It was one of the most interesting streams ever. I'd try and speak and shout. I'd be like, "Shut up, Gore, I'm sleeping." Okay. All right. So yeah, what are go ahead and tell me the watches again.
Josh.
First. And then,
We're
First,
gonna make
then
him watch
Dallas.
all night.
No, then Dallas.
I think maybe there should be a gnome that helps. We can see better.
yeah.
Well, you can see, period, because the humans cannot see beyond. I mean, unless something comes with a light down here, they can't see more than about 5 or 6 feet in front of their faces. So
Physic then rush.
humans are just about useless on watch. They can
Yeah,
hear.
I guess I'll help with the second part of the watch then.
The humans
Yeah,
would be
I'll
good
be
for
physics
being on
expert.
listen, but not on watch.
I'll aid him first watch, and then
All right. Okay. So,
So physic is first, then rush.
all right.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, Physic, you watch. You do see a few sinister-looking animalistic, creaturey shapes creeping around somewhere in the distance. But fortunately, none of them seem to be particularly interested in you. Although, nearly all of them do seem to be traveling southwards. And at quite speed.
I think I get it.
Okay. So who had second watch? Rush.
Yes.
All right, Rush. An hour into your watch, you are aware of quite a few humanoid shapes creeping along. Fairly
Shit.
spread out. Yeah, I gave a 10% chance that they would be able to stumble across a track. I got a 5, sorry. So despite the fact that they weren't actually able to follow your tracks, you know, they knew what direction you were in theory going and have headed that way.
Awesome. Okay, so
Because you
I'm
actually
gonna
went
wake
the
up.
way that you told them that you were going to go, so unfortunately they have caught up.
Should have fucking. Okay, I'm gonna wake up Marigold, and I'm gonna use messaging to wake up Physic in the other tree.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna awaken the gun boy here.
All right.
Duff.
What?
They found us.
Stay still.
Who is it?
Our cannibalistic friends.
Jeez.
Is Josh snoring?
I don't know, is he?
Do you want me to roll for snore?
No, I think you can
Just-
decide if he snores or not. I'll let
Let's
you have
decide
that.
he doesn't snore.
All right.
Yeah, he's
I would-
a quiet sleeper.
It's a cantrip. I would probably message Josh too.
Okay. All right.
LOL OMG, they found us.
So I'm gonna whisper, stay still.
All right. Well, basically, you can see that they're kind of coming forward very slowly. They keep kind of like stooping down and looking like as if they're pawing the ground and stuff like that. Periodically, you see they look at the ground by kind of taking the lid off of what seems to be some kind of ceramic pot. and you can see like you can basically see like glowing embers in the pot, and they get it really close to the ground and like hold it around as if they're like looking for something, and then after doing that they put the lid back on the pot.
Two ghost sounds and of us running away. Tell her to do the same. I do that message. Aren't you a gnome?
Okay, and then I'm just gonna drop. I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a ghost sounds like basically on the opposite end of where we're actually headed, over towards more where this guy is, but like past him quite some, off the map. where
Okay,
it can,
so significantly over in that direction.
and I'm gonna make the sound of hushed scuffling and like the basically under breath cursing to make it
Okay.
sound like we've been caught. Oh shit, they're onto us, like that kind of
Okay.
thing.
All right. And I'm assuming you're deliberately making it loud enough that these people would hear.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you quietly do so. Almost appear as soon as they hear it, you suddenly see them start scattering off in that direction.
Okay.
There's so many.
There's a fucking tribe.
Oh my god. Oh. Jesus.
All right, so yeah, pretty much.
They put us in another tribe territory.
That's about how many go running past you. They're not necessarily all visible at once, but you definitely see a pretty large number of tribal individuals go scurrying off in that direction.
This is so scary.
Yikes, I know.
What the fuck? They're running on there. Are they doing like a dancing jig, or what's going on?
All right. So as they all charge past, I mean, as quickly as they're running, even though it's pitch black, they seem to be able to almost instinctively know where the fallen logs are, the broken trees
Damn.
and stuff like that, as they're leaping over them and being fairly quiet and scurrying in that direction. All right. So once you have set, what's the range on that, Physic? It's like.
Let me just populate
Because I
it.
really need to know how far away you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do.
Doop, 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 doop.
Close.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
So within 40 feet, I would have shot it over that way. Just off the map there. So it was in his general direction, and I was trying to make it sound like it was further than it was.
Well,
does
if
it
they're-
say only 40 feet?
No, it's 25 plus 5 feet for 2 levels. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
So it's 37.5 feet.
no,
Yeah, but
25
if you-
plus 5 feet per 2 levels, and you're level 6.
Okay, so yeah, that marker's not.
So it'd
set
be
up right.
30. So yeah, it'd be about 35 feet.
Yeah.
but I mean, if you have it running in a direction, right? You can
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, I mean, you're
dissipate as
making it
goes
sound
further.
like it's going. So the sound begins to emanate
Yeah.
about there.
Here of the curses, and then
Right.
Shut
Which would
the
make
way.
sense why so many of them come charging off in that
Yeah.
direction. All right. Okay, so once that happens, what do you guys want to do? I mean, they all seem to be alerted to something at this point, so...
go the opposite way.
But if we make a sound, they'll hear us.
If we stay.
They might not see us.
Pass without trace again.
I haven't been able to reset my spells yet. That was a one for I haven't done my thing.
Got it.
That's the downside to having him do the watch.
Now, are they? Do the sounds we hear? Are they going that way? Continuing? Like, Or do we hear them
sounds
stop?
like. I mean, it sounds like they did definitely travel further that way, obviously, than the sound. I mean, they're to the point where Rush and Physic can kind of barely see them. But at this point, you're noticing that they have started to... They're like kind of dispersing out into a much wider pattern now. Like they're trying to hunt for whatever it was that made the sound. Like they believe it may have gone to ground or something like that because they can't hear it or see it anymore.
But they still think it's over that way.
I will make noise if I move.
Yeah, that's no good.
Somewhere in the distance to the west, you hear a voice that you recognize that says, "Come out, strange stripes, people!
Damn
We
it.
will not harm you."
Yeah.
How good is our tree cover? Like, we're in the trees. Is the foliage enough to, like, cover us, or...?
Put it this way, you're up in the trees and it's pitch black. They are human. Even if they've got good awareness in the dark, they can't see in the dark.
But they do have those
You
glowing
assume.
track things. Alright.
Well, and but the glowing track thing, literally, what you're referring to as the glowing track thing, that illuminates not much more than a dim candle. You have to get it really close to see something. Think of it as a glow stick. So it wouldn't illuminate the trees. They couldn't shine it up there. Now, once it gets lighter, that would be a different kettle of fish altogether. But for right now, unless they can see in the dark, which who knows? Maybe you humans have devolved.
If you summon a creature, Marigold, how far can it run from you?
I suppose, let me just take a little peek in my brain.
How does that work?
It's not too terribly far from me, maybe about 40 feet.
Oh, well, that won't help.
No.
Look. Up in the tree, Physic, and then... Like at twilight, it gets lighter in the sky, we make a run for it in a direction we hope won't be followed.
We just need to stay quiet now, I think. Like, whatever the hell that sound is.
Oh, you're making way too much noise. Somebody's stomach was rumbling seriously then.
Ned!
I'm hungry, Mary. I've only eaten 14 steaks today. You know what it's like to get a 5-year-old to shut up when you want it to shut up.
Oh, we didn't wake him
This
up.
one's hypermetabolizing, and he's been a sound sleeper ever
Yeah,
since.
no,
so.
he is being quiet because he clearly does understand the concept of danger.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think we woke him up personally.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean,
The odds are he probably woke up with all the shuffling and moving
Fair
around
enough.
and everybody waking up in the trees. So
so across the way, without me speaking, you're just gonna hear me say, like wait in the tree.
What's up?
We can't go up any further. What the fuck is he?
I'm saying stop. Stay up in the
Oh.
tree, not climb further.
I thought
Just
that,
stay
to me,
up.
that said climb higher.
Not saying climb higher.
I mean, always climb higher too.
You want us to climb higher and play patty cake? I don't.
Like patty cake.
I guess we're gonna wait out the darkness to see if we hear their future
Yeah, we're
progress.
just holding still for now. Because they ran over all the tracks. So they're not going to be able to find us now.
oh yeah, they definitely. I mean they stampeded through that area.
Oh.
All right. Okay, well, after about another 45 minutes of scouring in and around the area, eventually you kind of start noticing them move like fanning back out over a fairly large radius, and start to continue to head southwards.
Those jerks.
Told you we should have killed him.
Yeah, how dare they? Oh, Shag's laughing. All right, so after a little while, you start noticing more and more of them, and they start to head out south. As they do so, they're kind of panning out. It's unless any of you did anything to like bring attention to yourselves, they're not going to notice you up in those trees. At least, not the now. Okay, but another hour or so passes, and from what you can tell, they have traveled way further south and are out of view, out of sight right now.
If we can finish resting, I can make our tracks invisible again. We can get out of here clean. We have to leave before sunup.
Well, you can't finish resting. I mean, is there enough time in the night for you to
I don't know.
rest
It's kind of
in
like
the
a
darkness?
You've got to get 8 hours of. I mean, you've got to get 8 hours of rest, not broken rest. So he needs 8 hours.
Okay. Never mind.
So you can absolutely do that, but not before. You'll be in the trees when the sun breaks through the canopy.
It's so much easier when you travel alone.
Or when you're not having to avoid a tribe of hunting people.
People hunting people.
I mean, I guess it is. I mean, do we wait or do we just go? Obviously not south, but
If we leave now, we'll leave tracks. We can continue to watch for them. If they come back and they give up, they might pass through this way again, but at least we wouldn't have left any tracks.
all right. We'll try to get some sleep. I'll listen for them. When it gets lighter, well, we'll see.
If they aren't out of here before the sun's up, then we'll have to figure something out. But
Yeah, we'll be in trouble. But yeah, you need your rest, so recuperate.
Daz won't get any sleep after that.
Well,
Alright.
I'll stay up, and Jash will probably stay up, but I don't think he's sleeping anymore.
Okay.
ancient gnome technique.
Knock yourself out, right. Okay. Yeah, what you didn't account for is every 10 minutes. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. Are they going fizzle? No. Shut up, nerd.
We knocked the boy out too.
Yeah.
I headbutt him. I hit him with my rifle.
Yeah, but rifle whip him. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're gonna rest up. Well, by morning, you can't really see them or whatever, but periodically you do hear in the distance, kind of to the south, to the east, what sounds like animal calls. But they're not animal calls. They're like obviously imitated animal calls. Like people are communicating using animal calls.
And how far away? I mean, this is echoing. And it's hard to tell, right? I mean,
it's just like the drums. It's a good ways away, but obviously close enough to be heard. So all you know is that they are out there somewhere, out there and looking for you.
God. Why?
Because
I'm gonna wait for Physic and Rush
had
to
a
get
fight
their
with them
and Marigold to get their
They're
spells
hunting
back.
you.
Sorry, Gore. What did you say?
No,
Sorry,
I was being sarcastic. Sorry. Jane said, "Why?" I said, "Because You got into a fight with them and pissed them off, and now they're hunting.
So really, it boils down to they're cannibals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or they were joking about the cannibal thing and were telling the
Why
truth.
would barbarians joke?
Oh, what? They're not allowed a sense of humor because
No.
a sense of humor
Not when
is a
you're
civilized
arresting
thing?
someone. That's how you. That's how you get like, you know.
Hey, if you live down here, you'd
You
have to
roleplay
find
a
ways
cop,
to
you
laugh
know
at life.
this.
It sucks down here.
You roleplay a cop.
All right, so we're staying up in the tree until Physic gets his sleep, and
Yeah,
Marigold and
he's
Rush.
done that.
So.
He's successfully achieved that. This is,
Oh,
you know. So as I said, I mean, it's now to where you can see a little bit again. You know, it's still dingy down here, but as I said, you know they're out there.
I say, you cast Pass Without Trace, and we travel northeast.
Northeast. That's where their tribe is.
Well, that's not where they are, so
If we travel east, because we know they're southwest.
no, they went back
They went
south,
southeast.
Physic,
Yeah, they went south. I know, but
and east, southeast.
they went southeast from here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they-
they went south, but you can hear noises coming from pretty much everywhere from here to this kind of area. There's various different, you know, you hear the fake animal noises all coming from this.
I can
Again, you know, utilizing their logic, they know you were going south, they know ultimately you wanted to go east, so they've kind of dispersed out in a southeasterly pattern, just hunting for you.
Seems we've lost.
Fortunately for you, of course, they're not finding your tracks because you haven't gone that far yet.
I'm telling you, see, if we would have killed them, they wouldn't have known where we were going. I'm
So-
sorry, this isn't helping.
What if we use Pass Without Trace and go straight north, and then circumvent them in the north?
Yeah, they wouldn't expect that. I agree.
All right,
How
so
does everyone else feel about it? We good? We good?
I feel fantastic about this idea.
we make as much haste as we possibly can. I'm gonna climb down the tree.
Without making noise.
All right,
Climbing down gingerly, carefully, helping Ned down.
all right. The very nearly 6-year-old Ned.
Oh
Wow.
man, he's harder to help down now.
He has to help you down now.
Right.
And we're gonna make as much haste as we can north, straight north, and we're gonna go north a few more days.
Everyone gather
Okay,
around.
so basically you're going to go back across the ground that you already traveled,
Yeah, that's a
and
good
then
way
go
to shake 'em.
northwards from there.
Yeah, and circle that.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna drop it and cover everyone's tracks to the botanical standard that it
Okay.
should be at.
Alrighty. Okay, and off you go. Well, surprisingly enough, it's not that long because you traveled directly south. It really isn't that long before you, many hours later, arrive pretty much back in the vicinity of where you were the first time you found him.
Good to see we're making progress.
I actually call this progress, Rush. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Alright, so yep.
Oh, God.
And northwards you travel. Alright, okay. Well, you can travel for another full couple of days in that direction if that's what you want to do, and then cut east.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Alright, okay.
So sneaky.
Very, very sneaky, sir.
Now Gore has to roll a 5 or less on his dice rolls.
No, I mean,
and he's
you've-
gonna roll 5, and it's gonna be fun.
they're, put it this way, however long they're going to look, they're not going to look northwards. Eventually they will give up and realize that you're obviously gotten away, and that's the end of that. So
Okay.
they don't want you dead so heinously that they're going to search to the end of their days to find you.
I thought that maybe they just wanted to eat us, but okay.
They just want to put you in the pot. Alrighty, okie dokie. So,
That was
you want
scary.
to travel for a couple more days north?
Yes.
All right. Which you successfully managed to do without being ambushed, murdered, killed, or eaten.
Yes! That's all I want to hear in this campaign.
All right.
That's all I care about.
And of course, by now, you have consumed and eaten the majority of the deer meat, especially if you're actually keeping up with Ned's ever-increasing ravenous appetite. I mean, he is literally probably consuming 4 to 5 pounds of food a day at this point.
I put him on forage duty. Isn't he finding me food? Get to work.
Well, in this area, if you remember, this area here, you hadn't really been able to find anything good to forage. You found a few green plants and a few mushrooms, but none of those really have any level of protein or major sustenance. Especially not where Ned is concerned.
He's finding all the pretty ones that are poisonous.
So after a couple of days of consuming all that, the problem is you also have to put 2 and 2 together, and it becomes very apparent very quickly. Maybe on the 3rd day, as you begin to kind of cut and head more eastwards, that not only does his metabolism require him to eat 6 or 7 times more food than a typical adult, unfortunately, he's going to starve to death that much faster too, because he's only going to go that distance for that length of time. So, whereas at an absolute outside push, a healthy person could maybe go 3 weeks, Ned probably might make it 3 days.
And this explains cannibals. They have eaten every meat thing in this forest and then resorted to each other in desperation.
So you think that we should have left Ned with them, is what you're saying. That's fucked up.
What?
You're saying he's one of them?
No, I'm just talking about the tribe.
I'm grinning the whole time I say this, but I'm
Shh.
making sure not to say it loud enough that Ned can hear me.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm going to put
well,
you
then I
guys
know
back
you're
in
joking,
your
'cause otherwise I'm like,
normal march.
how dare you put me out like this? What a boy.
Can I make like a dedicated herbalistic search for things of delightfully edible nature?
I'm assuming you probably
Doesn't make
are.
sense.
Yeah.
Naturally, and being successful, which is why you're finding edible mushrooms and plants. It's just they don't pack any protein. There's very few calories. I mean, you guys have to realize you are walking
All day.
like 12, 13 hours day after day. You need to replace those calories, and mushrooms and a few green leafy plants are not cutting it. So all of you are hungry. By the by now, Ned is complaining endlessly about being starving. And he is beginning to look skinny and weak. His normal, very, very muscular tone for a 5, or should I say now, 6.5-year-old, he's wasting away physically, almost noticeably by the hour.
Oh,
Yeah, I promised him good berries.
Yep. And again, he'll eat every good berry you hand him.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
a
going to
tasty
hand him
treat
a good
that
berries,
may
but-
appease
I'm
him
not
for a
saying
few
that
seconds.
killing them could have helped the situation. I don't want to go there. That's kind of dark, but I'm just.
Wait, you mean?
But you
killing
are
them?
going there by bringing it up.
stop it!
I don't want to go there, but I don't mean to offend you, but
Wait, Raj, are you saying we should have killed the tribespeople and fed them to Ned?
What are you saying, that I wouldn't get to have any? That's fucked up, man.
oh, that
Why you
is
gotta be
pretty
You want to
dark.
eat people? Wait, we're cannibals now? Is that what we've come to?
Well, technically, the gnomes wouldn't be cannibals if they ate humans.
I mean, not human.
You guys are fucking dark.
I think we're role-playing a unique version of the Oregon Trail now. Yep. And Daleth dies of dysentery.
We all had spells to cure his disease, but
The importance of a human life. Try
You
to
didn't think I was serious. But can't somebody create food? Isn't that a thing?
Not for anybody in your group. Fortunately, you haven't all died of thirst because Physic, as long as he takes it, does have the ability to make you water. So that's why you've been surviving as long as you have. Yeah.
Did you think that there would be that forests would have more plentiful food?
It did until we got into human territory. What the elves were saying earlier about how as soon as the humans left, the forest became more alive. The humans are sapping it all. They're taking more food than the land can produce.
How is that even possible?
Well,
There's a lot
think
of
of
them
it-
down here.
Think of it in terms of fish. If you were to fish 2 fish a day and they only made 1 more fish the next day, and you were to continue to take 2 fish, that would eventually result in 0 fish. There's a balance.
None
of
of
how many
those
fish
tribes
you should-
people looked fat to me, so they can't be taking more than they need.
They're taking much more than they need. Did you see the size of them? They were like 4 jashes strapped together.
And there's obviously a lot of them as well. It's a big, probably, and if that's just who you saw, if there's women, if there's children, but maybe, I mean, you know that there are other things. I mean, for example, those apes, they weren't considered edible things, but you ate them. Maybe they hunt more aggressive things than you guys. Maybe, maybe that's how they survive. Maybe they hunt the bad stuff.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have to cast a detect animals in the radius again. See if there's a mouse we can eat.
Oh.
See if there's some delicious mices. Some lovely yummy mices. Okay. Yep. Unfortunately, not. No, there are no rodents. None of those kind of creatures. You will find plenty of insects.
Perfect.
Fuck it, let's eat those.
Right, cricket.
They are edible, and they will provide you a little bit of protein. Unfortunately, again, not even close to sating the necessary need for food that Ned will have.
Well, they are very high in protein.
Yeah, they
Like
like that's survival food gold.
Yeah.
So insects, yeah, absolutely. Peeling back some bark. Mashing it up into putty and maybe mixing in a good berry for
God.
Eat some
good bark.
paste. Eat this paste. eat this guts paste. Insects, grubs, weevils.
Yeah. You do it every day. Every time you ingest red dye.
The problem is there's 6 of you.
would take quite some time. But
And the fact that technically you need to consider it as 12 of you, because that's how much he eats. So if you spend all day, every day, just finding insects,
yeah,
it still would be barely enough to survive. In
I'm
fact,
not- I'm
you
not
would
looking for
probably
the
collectively
sustainable-
burn more calories hunting for the damn things than you would ultimately get back from them.
I'm not looking for the sustainable thing. I'm looking for something to quell the hunger pain.
Yeah, you're not going to quell that on this kid.
Yeah, but to keep him from disintegrating a little bit for now, while we're still walking, we got to get out of human territory as quick as we can so we can get back to finding food.
Just bear in mind it was almost 10 days of finding no edible food in this area. So how far, you're going to need to find something sustainable in the next 24 hours. Or you're going to be carrying Ned, and then another 24 hours you will have a dead kid on your hands.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Well, fuck.
when we talked about Jash and how strong he was, the next day Ned looked strong and muscular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
why don't we just tell him to be like me, noodle arms weakling, so he'll change and be, and he won't require so much sustenance.
Is that how you think it works?
I don't know how anything works in
Ned, be
magic.
Dallas. Go.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out what works with this
Ned,
kid.
be a
Ned.
food camel.
Ned, boy, choose not to be hungry. Make a mental, powerful
Oh, you're the worst.
placebo.
From a tree, maybe he can.
Choose.
Starving.
I know, but choose not to be. Just be like, I'm not ever going to be hungry. Try
What
your
do trees
willpower.
eat, Physic? I mean, he was born from one, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
what was the suggestion?
It's the power of the mind, guys. Magic, right? It's magic.
Yes, 6-year-old. Learn the
I mean,
power
all
of
these
the
trees,
mind.
they're flourishing. And
Oh my god.
for all we know, Ned is a tree person, so
Be a tree.
he's growing
No,
like a
tree.
weed.
Be a
Ergo, not a stretch. Come on, we've seen
Ergo.
everything.
We need
Hello.
to find real food and not whatever this is.
Well, can't you turn him into a little tree that we just drag?
I'm gonna look at him and be like, yes.
Well, try that
Why?
and plant him, and maybe he'll feed off the ground and get strong.
Not how that works.
I don't know anything magical works. That's why I'm suggesting it.
Okay.
Is there nothing good to eat? I'm so hungry. And he lifts
I know,
he
kiddo,
lifts
we're
up his little
trying.
tunic, and you can see his ribs beginning to show.
My ribs are always showing, Gordon.
His
You need
belly
something
is
a little
also
more painful
becoming a
than
little
that.
bit, extended. It's like,
Emaciated?
yeah, he's
Okay,
like a little
okay.
bit emaciated in the stomach area.
That hits a little bit more than
Just eat your
exposed ribs.
beetles. We'll find you something. Don't worry. We are master.
Are there any more of those?
hunters.
Are there any more of those big red monkeys we can eat?
No.
Out of spite, big red monkeys.
For all
All right,
we know, we genocided the big red monkeys.
Yeah, no, there doesn't seem to be any big red monkeys in your immediate vicinity.
Well, the only thing we can do then is to press on and hope to run into something.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing my darndest to find edibles. There's just no food.
Let's keep going. There'll be something. I have faith.
All right, well, I'm going to state the
Guys,
obvious.
then
Use
try
letting
on
Jash.
Tritheron. Tritheron will bless us with the...
Well, I bloody well hope so. But we haven't found anything to eat in 10 days.
Oh, that was good.
So what are the odds we're going to find something tomorrow?
I don't know. Ask
So
Tritheron
good.
to send a buffet or something.
We'll be fine. I'll pray to my...
I'm at a loss here. There's no real.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will last that long. You guys can
Let
go
him know
another
that this
week
isn't for
and a half, 2
indulgence.
weeks.
Like we're actually going to die.
He is. It is a very real thing. He is going to starve to death. Very quickly, it's obvious.
Okay.
But fortunately, you guys won't die for at least probably another 7 to 12 days.
Wonderful.
Woohoo!
Good. That's very good.
Alright, well, we're gonna keep on, man.
Well, yeah, we have to keep on and then rest. And I don't know. I mean, when we rest, maybe I could spill some of that coagulated, nasty primate blood to try and attract something, and then we could hunt it.
Do we
Don't you think things would avoid those things though? They were kind of.
Most things, but at this point, it just smells like rotten blood. We might get some kind of bird of prey or some kind of what is it? It's a
Well, birds is something
Decomposer.
you really have not seen. But then, of course, underneath this really big, thick canopy, most birds are probably not that interested in coming down here.
Got it. Dallas, climb up that tree, see if you can see a bird above the trees. Go ahead, do it. We'll wait. We'll catch whatever you shoot.
Fuck. Okay. I'll do it. I mean, hell, that's not a bad idea. If I find birds, I'll shoot them. So yeah, I'm gonna climb a tree above
All
the
right.
canopy.
Okay, so you're gonna clamber all the way up. What is your natural climb skill?
Well, I'm gonna be using ropes because that makes me better because I have rope proficient synergy. My climb is a beautiful, sultry 0.
So you can't. You're
Okay,
really
mine's
not
like
good at
negative
climbing
one
at
or
all.
something.
Then.
No. With the rope climbing, it's +2. So.
All right. Yeah. You know what? You're gonna roll for it then, because
I
you're
figured you'd
literally
say
terrible at climbing.
Well, no, I have a -4 because of my armor, so I'll take the -4 off. So then it's a 6.
Okay, there we go. Common sense prevails. Right.
I put 4 points into it just to negate my
Right.
penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you go ahead and take your armor off and clamber up the tree. All right. Well,
Hopefully the
these
birds
trees.
don't know how to shoot.
I mean, you're talking about they're a good 80 to 100 feet on average. I mean, they're big trees.
Oh, that's nothing, Gore. I do that in a
But
day.
yeah, absolutely.
Like every
But
day.
by the time you kind of get to the top where you can see, of course, the branches are very rocky, very thin, very loose. You're not entirely sure that you could really fire that gun safely from up here, but of course it's a risk you were welcome to try and take.
Well, first off, do I see birds? I'm not
you
just gonna
will
fire
see
it
some
up.
birds. Obviously,
Oh my
none
God.
sitting. They're not hovering in a neat little circle above you, but they're all periodically. You can see little groups of birds flying here, flying there.
I'm gonna yell out,
Make it count,
"Pass!"
because if you shoot, they're all probably going to leave.
Well,
And also,
wait,
you
wait,
might have to
wait.
let the barbarians pass a bow
do
and
you,
arrow.
do you see any birds? I don't have any.
Yeah,
record
I'd
of-
rather use the bow and arrow. So
All right.
I'm going to climb down, get Josh to give me the bow and arrow that I gave him,
And climb back up.
and climb the fuck back up.
It's like, why didn't I use this in the first place? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone is probably pretty fatiguing.
Well,
All the way
yeah.
down, all the way back up again in your weakened state. But you can definitely do it. So you're back up there. Okay, again, you're kind of like doing this rocking around thing in the top of the trees.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the rope I helped climb with to tie myself to the sturdiest branch that I was situated on, so I don't
Sensible.
die.
So at least you don't fire the bow and fall out the tree.
I'm gonna find a bird and I'm gonna shout down, "Can Jerusha smell anything?" Because it's gonna. If it falls, we're gonna have to track it down. So
Are you serious?
I'll point to where it fell if I hit it, and then I'm going to find a bird that's flying somewhere in the distance and like the closest one to me and shoot at it.
Isn't Dal the one always saying she's
Oh
not
my
real? Give me a second.
Yeah, she's mechanical. She clearly can't
She
smell.
does have a special quality called scent. I don't know what the fuck that
So
means.
do I fire and pray, or
Well, you
It's a
tell
100.
me. I mean,
I am gonna fire and pray?
all right. So you're going to take a shot
Fire
at one.
the prey.
All
gonna
right.
fire.
Okay. So we're going to be trying to shoot a flying bird with an arrow from a moving tree. Let's.
Yeah.
All right.
The tree's moving too?
Do we got
Well,
straight
up
rays?
it's this rocking,
Okay.
waving stuff up in the top because you got at the very
like, what
top.
the
The
hell kind of
branches
tree
are
is
all
running?
flexible. All right. Yeah, you're gonna need to hit about a 20,
Oh, God.
probably about 25.
Okay. And
That's doable.
Yeah.
You're a good shot. All right. You fire the arrow at the bird. You see the
just
bird
fly.
like just going along, going like, has to actually noticeably move to not get hit by the arrow.
I'm here to hear me say curse and say the fucking bird is psychic. Dodge my shots.
Is it gone? Did it fly away?
Did it? I mean, it's still just flying up there.
I mean, it would have changed direction and carried on flying. I mean, it's few and far between that you're gonna get shots at actual birds close enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. I mean,
Something
not
to
wait.
help him with his aim.
I can do that. Hold on. I'm gonna start climbing the tree.
All right, so you scurry your way up there.
It's like a sniper. You're gonna be a spotter.
All right. Well, it's over half an hour before another bird comes even close enough to be within range. and viable to shoot at. Okay, so what are you doing, Physic?
I'm gonna drop cat's grace on him.
All right, so it gives
So
him
you
the
can shoot it.
+4 modifier.
Yep.
All right. And that only lasts a little bit, so let's pray that this works.
Yeah, it'll only be for this one shot.
Ah,
Afraid not.
Okay, that's just cruel on
So,
so many levels.
from
All
there
right.
I'm gonna. I have my.
The arrow doesn't even get close to the bird. As you're kind of
Yeah.
like now just starting to feel like it's kind of like your weakness is setting into when you pull the bow back to aim.
Yeah.
Your hand starts to jitter a little bit. It's a very difficult shot. You're starting to wonder whether this is even viable. But you know it is, but it's so defeating.
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put my goggles of minute seeing on for a second, and I'm going to scan the tree line and search for any bird nests.
Oh, okay. That
Like this.
is a smart idea.
Yeah, good job, Snatch. That's
All right. I would say he's probably I'll give you a 75% chance of being able to see a bird's nest. That's a
Okay.
pretty realistic thing. All right, here we go. And of course, we'll roll it openly. So 75 and under, and you will indeed see a bird's nest. Maybe even more. Depends on how low it is. The lower, the better. Let's see.
Come on.
All right.
Okay.
Well done, Snatch.
Well, you managed to scan the horizon, and you do happen to see a couple of birds' nests. Might be difficult to ascertain exactly what tree they're in. I mean, you could get close from the ground, but you're gonna have to,
I'm just like tethering an arm through one of the ropes, pulling out a thing, and I'm starting to draw the map out. I'm gonna.
map of the canopy.
Well, yeah, no, because I'm doing like a measurement kind of thing, right? I'm using the angles, and
while
I'm
he's
going
doing
to
that,
shout down,
Okay.
physically expressing where they are from my perspective.
Paces east.
While that is
Ah,
happening, I am waiting for another bird to cross my path if
Good.
All right.
if it's within the time frame.
Also, just on a.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before another bird's coming anywhere near your tree.
I was
Okay,
gonna
so-
say on a bit of a leg. I was just gonna start making like bird calls because I'm nature boy.
So
Do you
I'm
have
not gonna.
perform bird calls? You could take it.
I don't have
Skill?
perform bird calls, but that'd be a really good skill in retrospect. Next time I make a character, I will make sure I take that profession.
It's my cheat day. Ned can go lick rocks.
I am not going to wait that long time. I'm basically waiting for Physic to finish.
Okay, so ultimately, you guys are going to go down and make your way to the bird's nest. Now, you will, even if you have to climb a couple of trees to find nothing, you will eventually find them. So it's not a problem.
Okay.
It's more a thing of just taking the time than anything else. Is there any particular method to your madness? Are you just going up there looking for eggs? Or
Yeah,
are you wanting
little
to
birdies.
somehow trap the birds that come there? Or
Yes, actually, I was thinking that making like a bit of a trap. I'm not sure which kind of trap I should use. I didn't take snare today.
We should just take the eggs out of the actual bird's nests. I mean, the mama birds are going to return anyway, right? So
Yeah.
we cook the eggs, we feed
Absolutely.
it to Ned, and then we hopefully get some bird.
And we genocide all the birds.
How
in
big are the
forest.
eggs in the first nest? I need to know.
I mean, you're talking nests that are up in the top of the trees, so they're going to be small birds. So
Okay.
if you're lucky, you may find 4 or 5 eggs that are about the size of a grape.
Oh shit.
Did you enlarge
Can
it?
can we raise,
Like a pretty shitty omelet, but
raise the
hey.
eggs until they hatch and then they grow up and then we eat them?
We don't have time to farm right now.
Oh, this isn't Stardew Valley.
No, it's not Stardew Valley. As Shagget would say, this is a
Maybe
real
if we
game,
have
Jane.
Ned breathe on them. Maybe if we have Ned breathe on them, they will.
This
Roll
is a very
600
real.
back.
This is a very real game called what? This is called Let's Starve Together. This is a different game. This is Let's Starve Together. You're playing. If you want a video game analogy, this is what it is. It's Let's Starve Together.
So we're going to take the omelets, And
All right. So no, are you? So what do you? If you want to try to catch the birds at coming back to the nest, give me a game plan.
well, that's all physic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Net.
Wait,
Need Amelia. Huh.
they're gonna come back and be pissed. They'll probably search the ground. I could probably tie a little snare, but a snare on a bird isn't gonna be too effective. Maybe. We don't have a... You know, if we could just hide a woman with a net.
Okay. Focus. We're starving. Ned's dying. Okay. So
I don't have the
I
spell.
mean, you've
of-
already spent another couple of hours, which is again equivalent to probably another day of no food for Ned.
how about we take the eggs from the basket? When the birds return, I'm in another tree. I shoot the birds.
That's what I was thinking.
They drop right there. Good. Okay.
Just
I'll
don't
also
miss.
be on side. I can
Just don't
drop
miss.
fire on him to cook him in one go.
But yes, cook those eggs and feed the kid.
Those tiny, tiny grape eggs.
I'm over here trying to come up with
so
a
while I'm up
something to
grabbing,
do.
snatching the eggs, I'm also going to be looking for, because I saw 2 nests. Is the other one in relevance?
cast
2?
color spray on the birds. Maybe they'll.
Yeah, you
Go
can
blind.
you can access you can access both eggs, both birds' nest. I mean, we'll even go as far as to say there definitely are eggs. Let's see, a combined total of 10 small eggs in both nests.
Living large.
That's good.
That's
Well,
almost a
So
dozen.
Ten
a
grapes.
small cluster of 5 eggs in each nest.
So I'm going to be sitting in a tree
So
that
that's about
has-
the equivalent of an egg, maybe.
Okay. Still good. Okay. Yeah, cooking
Eggs
those
have
up.
got eggs are high protein, so it'll probably stave off his starvation an hour.
Oh, good.
No,
Well,
yeah,
you guys down
it is
below find
good.
bugs. Find bugs in the interim.
Yeah.
I'm going to climb a tree between the 2 nests that I can see in eyesight. So when the birds return, I'm going to shoot them as they come. With my bow and arrow, not my gun, because that would be dumb.
This is fun.
Only plan we got, man.
All right. So when the birds try to return, you want to take pot shots at them.
Yes.
All right. We'll lower
I'm
that
gonna-
down to
I'm
you
still
know,
gonna
you've
be
still
right
got a
next
lot
to
of
him.
difficulties, but it won't be as hard. So 21
Okay.
I'm
to
still
shoot
right
a
next
small
to him.
bird in a nest from the top of a tree.
Come on, Dallin.
I lost my cat's brace, so...
Yay!
There he is.
Yay!
How many hit points does the small bird have? 7. Damn. No, I'm kidding. All right. So yeah, you plug one bird, and you know a fairly plump kind of like woodland fowl bird comes falling down out of the tree with an arrow stuck in it.
I got one!
Yay! Now Ned'll live for 2 more hours.
You'll get a wing of it if you get the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and go
You
down
can
and
have
start
the
cooking.
wing.
If you get the other one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna
So you
keep
want to
waiting.
wait for the other one to show up?
Oh, please roll low.
About 10 minutes later, eventually, you see another bird returning to its nest. Get it.
Get it.
Hey!
Oh, look at him!
Oh,
But it doesn't matter. It's a solid hit nonetheless. You skewer the bird. You don't need to crit these birds.
Natural
Hit 'em, they die.
20!
All right.
I
And a
want to hit it
natural
at such an
20
angle
for
that it
Dallas.
loses no... know?
Master sharpshooter.
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 Some that you're going to hear my voice.
All right, so you now
No
have
one-
2 small birds. Plucked and feathered, they're almost as much as maybe a small guinea, as like one of those little small, little
Cornish hen?
guinea hens. So,
Okay.
what would the 2 of them together might almost be a satisfying meal for a person.
He's 6 people, so...
That with the eggs.
Ned wants. He's not going to eat them raw. He wants them cooked.
Yeah. So, cooking them. Cooking them.
While that's going
Jesus
on,
Christ,
I'm going to
dude.
stay in the tree if any other birds, any other fly overhead. Well,
It takes
Well, I
2
can't have
birds
kids.
to lay an egg.
I don't want to have to feed anything.
Too much hassle.
You're so glad that this is where you're so thankful that Jerusha is mechanical and doesn't have to eat anything. Squirt of oil here and there, he's fine. All right, well, so how do you want to cook these guinea fowl or whatever they are?
So I'm gonna do that thing where instead of gutting it completely, which would waste a whole lot of it, I'm just gonna take out the entrails.
Okay.
The poopy parts, and then yeah, basically just cooking everything else.
So lighting a fire and going to
Yep.
town.
Yep.
All
Making
right.
a delicious smell and getting ready to kill anything that comes after it.
Waft it even. Come on. Come and
Come
get
on.
us. Please,
Come on, little
hostile
tiger.
beasties, come and
I'm
get
not
us.
gonna hurt you.
Yep. Yeah, chicken livers are delicious. All the bits of the chicken are nice. All right. Okay, so you do cook it. Are we sharing these two things, or are you giving them exclusively to Ned?
I'm going to pinch off one of the wings and hand it over to Dallas.
Okay.
I'm going to take it, grimace, because I want it so bad, and hand it to the kid.
Oh.
Well,
Very good.
Ned devours them greedily. Of course,
Those 4 feet.
the length of time it took to cook them and hunt them and get them, probably, maybe you come out about level. The amount of
Yeah.
hunger that time insetted, maybe he just offset that, so you probably achieved next to nothing. Except
Gosh,
kept him alive
damn
for a couple
Why?
more hours. Yep.
It's
You-
a moral.
you are-
It's a psychological
How's this kid's
victory.
gonna die?
Yeah, you are going to have to find a way to come up with some substantial food in the next 24 hours, or you will no longer have the burden of Ned.
Guys, you know what we have to do, don't you?
We have to eat Ned.
No!
Say that.
And let's eat him now before he wastes away too much more.
I'm going to
Maybe.
approach Rush at this time.
Jash walks over to Marigold and says, "Well, there's only one thing for it. Hold your leg out."
That's not what I mean. Do you think there would be food at the barbarian camp?
What are we gonna do, man?
Surrender?
Can you help him sleep more? If we have to carry him, he won't. But if he's asleep, he won't burn as much because he won't be awake. It's not going to tax his system as much. If his waking hours were spent only eating, and we didn't have him walk alongside us, it wouldn't kill him nearly as fast. I don't think the way he's burning energy and consuming energy. It's mostly going to growth. But if he's not acting in any other way, it might help. And I know you're good at knocking people out in a couple of ways.
He's only like 6, man. I don't really think that's the
Not
sort
like
of
that. Sleep, I mean. Can you help him sleep?
I don't have anything like that.
Maybe like hypnotism or I don't know.
I mean, hypnotism will fascinate, but only for 2d4 rounds.
Well, technically, if you could convince him to go to sleep, once he is asleep, if you can not do anything to make him wake up, that might work.
Oh boy.
Carrying a 6.5-year-old, you know, it would be not certainly not impossible, but possibly challenging to make sure he doesn't wake up for sure.
All right. Well, who wants to carry the kid? We put him on Josh's back.
And Josh would probably be the best suited for it.
Sorry, Josh.
While he's not here, you know.
Yeah. We randomly decided that you're doing it.
Yeah, we'll get like a little back hammock.
It's a little bit. He's a little big
back
for that
hammock.
now. Whatever a back hammock is.
I didn't want to say backpack because back hammock sounds much more fun. Fucking kids, man.
Right.
Well, I kind of just want to knock them out with my rifle. But...
I thought that's what he was asking me to do for a second. and I was
No,
like,
no,
there's
no, I
probably
was
somebody
thinking
better
'cause-
suited for that.
I was thinking because you've got a lot in ways of like charm person, etc. You could maybe.
I mean, I can use suggestion on him after I use hypnotism.
That's kind of what you'll need to do.
Yeah. It's time to go to bed.
But the sun's up. Like what? Oh.
We go to sleep, then maybe we'll have you something good to eat when you wake up.
Yeah.
Several hours from now.
Or maybe you won't wake up at all.
That's probably more likely, but still.
Wait, why don't we just tell the kid to go to sleep because when he's asleep he's not hungry?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Well,
Make him choose to go to sleep.
the problem is with if being that hungry,
It's hard.
it would be
Yeah.
very difficult for him to
Yeah.
sleep. Eventually, he's going to get so weak that he's going to start to pass out anyway. But by then, you know.
All right.
But yeah,
Tongue horror.
snap your fingers at him, make him go out. We'll carry him on. We gotta find some food, man. We're gonna go raid that human camp.
We are. No, we're not.
No,
That's
we're not.
Suicide. Okay. Let's just get the hell out of here. Let's just go.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your game plan?
Beast.
You gotta convince Ned to sleep.
Yeah, we're putting Ned to sleep.
All right. So you're going to use fascination, and
Euthanizing
then
him right here.
all right, and then basically your Jash is going to throw him over his shoulder.
And we'll use the rope to keep him secure, like around the butt, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
rope his butt.
The rope butt, you know.
Rope butt. Yeah, that's.
I just
All
love
right.
saying these words. I'm
Okay.
sorry, guys.
And then what?
This makes me giggle.
We gotta keep moving.
All
Gotta
right.
find food.
Okay. Then
I guess
on-
I would track for an animal, but there's nothing to track.
I mean, you haven't seen any animal tracks or anything. It's your only assumption is this area of the forest seems to be incredibly hostile, and other than burrowing creatures like insects and things like that, most things seem to have just chosen not to be here, which is pretty weird anyway. Even in a dangerous part of the forest, you would still expect to come across, some squirrels, some rodents, rabbits, moles, badgers, or something or other. But you just literally are not seeing any of that. And it is a very weird kind of abandonment almost.
Yeah. Pressing forward, getting out of this neck of the woods.
All right. Okay. So you decide to take the risk and travel in the praying hope that tomorrow you may stumble across something edible. Alrighty. And that's about as good a point as any for us to finish it for tonight. Well met. I'm Gorbad, the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, as well as the author of thedmsblog.com, where you can find lots of fun and interesting articles for both Dungeon Masters and players alike. If you'd like to keep up with the show, follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out our website, www.howweroll.com, and for our past campaigns and for some fun bonus content, follow us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll. We hope to see you all again real soon. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me, Satchmo. I play Physic here on How We Roll. Like, I got 2 more of these to take care of, so I'm gonna cut it short. But if you want to follow me anywhere, say Twitch or Twitter, it's just Satchmo, and Satchmo just about everywhere. I'm glad you joined us tonight. I hope you come back again sometime. It stinks.
Hey everybody, Shagget here. I play a character on How Reroll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How Reroll.
And that's how air works. What a good story. And I also hope you enjoyed today's story on How We Roll. I'm Jane and I played. If you want to follow me on social media, I do have a Twitter and it is Jane on Twitch with a 0, not an O. That's all I have to say, so peace suckers,
For
bye!
Roll the clip. Hello everyone, I play Jash Windstriker, a level 5 human fighter. And I really like playing him because he does really cool stuff all the time. And there you have it. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And thank you so much for watching every Monday and Thursday. You guys are the best. I'm having a fantastic time on How We Roll so far, even though my character first ever got killed off. No big deal. No problem. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and for you and How We Roll this time, I'm playing Rush Brinkery, the Nomian engineering sorcerer. If you don't get enough with me on the show, then you can follow me on Twitter at Dragon Spooker. You can also check out my channel, which I should be streaming more in here in the future with my new rig this year, at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. I'll see you next episode.